Oh, oh, oh. Welcome to Meaningful Minds. I recently heard some insights about free speech, and there's a phrase related to free speech. That phrase is ideas are bulletproof. Ideas are bulletproof. That you can stop my mouth, but my ideas, no bullets can stop that. No censorship can stop that. Ideas are bulletproof. Now, trying to make this more meaningful, because that's what we do in the morning, ideas are like bullets that pierce our complacent selves. Our ego makes us not change, but expects everyone else to change. When we gather in the morning, we share ideas from Bhagavad Gita, our own reflections. These ideas are bullets that penetrate into the ego to make it change. And you will know that you're changing if you slow and stop expecting others to change. I hope you're all feeling this because we've now completed 1/4 of the final chapter of Bhagavad Gita. If this many ideas have not worked on you, I'm not saying it, I'm only thinking it, nothing's going to work on you. I didn't say it, I only thought it. You're hallucinating that I actually said it. We've all heard before, practice makes perfect. But what precedes practice? What encourages one to live by? It is precision. Precision makes perfect. Bhagavad Gita's chapter 18 is a summary. It is also very surgical, precise in how we are to live. This precision focuses on renouncing results, surrendering actions, being free. If we are precise with renouncing results, we will naturally surrender actions and naturally be free. The precision on renouncing results has started with living by yajna, tapa, dana. If you are dedicated, you will sacrifice. You're experiencing a self-reward system. Your dedication is bringing out the best in you, so you keep sacrificing. That sacrificing gets shared in the form of dana. You're contributing to that which is bigger than you. Community, society, and so on. These are precise teachings on renouncing results. Then the shift in this chapter has been to precision with surrendering actions. Shri Krishna has shared there are 5 factors that go into an action, the outermost being the body, the innermost being the spirit. After he stated this, he's opened us up even more. The outermost being how act, the innermost being why act. Precision makes us practice, which makes us perfect. Right now, Shri Krishna is opening up more into the teaching on jnana. Jnana is one of the factors in why act. Jnana typically is defined as knowing. In this chapter, it's experiencing. As I'm experiencing, then it propels me to act more. And so, put in a most practical way, jnana is living. Why are you living? What are you living for? In verse 20, the jnana that was focused on is sattvic jnana. Living by and for quietness. Those who live by and for quietness are trying to take diversity and unite this with unity. I shared yesterday, from names to forms to qualities to center or dhamma. When you reflect on dhamma or center more carefully, the dhamma or center actually never expresses as qualities, forms, and names. Do you think pure light ever becomes anything but pure light? Do you think infinity got bored of being infinity and decided to become finite? Careful reflection will lead us to this insight. And that's why Puja Swami Tejomayananda has shared in this sequence or this journey to the Dhamma or center, there's one more variable, and that is Leela. In Sanskrit, from outermost to innermost, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, Dhamma. In English, names, forms, qualities, play, center. In Bharatiya Samskriti, that is our culture, when one explores the Ramayana, Mahabharata, there are many leelas or plays that are described. Why? The purpose of a leela is to melt your heart. Please try to make that association. Leela and melting are to go together. Melting. Melting what? Diversity into unity. All of the diversity that we come to feel is so real is simply a play. A play of light, a play of infinity. When one plays, it's a game. You're playing, but it's backed by the insight that this is a game. The other day, we have a park near our home, and there's a pathway that's almost like a track. And our kids have seen me run on a track, so now they run on this short track. And Shuka was running by himself. And it's a small track, so he was shouting to me, "Tell me who's in the lead." He's running by himself, and he's asking me, "Keep telling me who's in the lead." He's not competing against anyone. See, he's playing, but he doesn't know it's a play. I know it's a play, so it's so different. One more reflection before we get into the next by and for living, which is rajas. In our Thursday class, which I am really enjoying, on Dialogue with Dharma, it is based on the Mahabharata. A recent question that was asked is, what is the expression of compassion? And the answer given is desiring others' happiness. And the insight shared in class was to try to systemize your life to encourage others to be happy. You'll all say now, if I'm happy, I'm going to cause other people to be happy. That's correct. But what if you can apply a system onto your happiness? Then it becomes scalable. Just think of meaningful morning. I'd like to think I'm happy. If we never started using Zoom in 2016, then maybe just the people I physically interact with would become happier. Maybe. But now I get to interact with 500 people every morning. That's a system, correct? So as you reflect on what you are living by and for, let it be a system of happiness, system to encourage SQ. IQ is diversity, EQ is diversity and unity, SQ is unity. We continue, verse 21. Pritatvena tu yajnanam nana bhavan pritagvidhan veti sarveshu bhuteshu tat jnanam vidhi rajasam. Joy. Why act? One of the factors is jnana. Why do you act? Why do you live? For some, it's to invoke and evoke quietness. For others, it is invoking and evoking aggressiveness or raja. I'm reading the translation because this is not a new teaching for all of you. But that knowledge, which sees in all beings various entities of distinct kinds as different from one another, know that knowledge as rajasic. The word passionate is used, but passion is not a negative trait. Aggressiveness, that is negative. You have come across this, so I'm going to share another reflection to help this become more meaningful for us. A expression of aggressiveness is to be confused, which then triggers comparison, which then triggers competition. When I am confused about my own responsibilities, my own purpose, I get distracted and I start to look at your responsibilities, your purpose. And that triggers comparison. And that triggers competition. That is a way to know if one is rajasic or filled with aggressiveness. The answer is yes, if you're thinking about it. You are. But what do we do to come out of aggressiveness into quietness? Here's the solution. To deal with being confused, practice being disciplined. Be disciplined with your responsibilities. Be disciplined with your purpose. And if that's too much, be disciplined with who you associate with so that they can help you be less confused. If you have the discipline to be around those who are disciplined, your confusion will decrease. How to tend to being one who compares? Practice being humble. If you're disciplined enough to be around the great and you compare yourself to the great, this is a humbling experience. When I'm part of our United Consciousness meetings, it is a humbling experience for me to know how much is being done around the world by people who have dedicated their lives to one consciousness, one being. I really like those meetings, not for the administrative part, but for the humbling part. And how to deal with being competitive? It is by being inspired. If you're around the great, first you're humbled by them, and then inspired that you can be a part to their whole. By following through with being disciplined, humbled, inspired, one will delete verse 21 and only live by verse 20. But this chapter is not about sattva. It is about beyond sattva, just like this chapter is not about sannyasa. It is about moksha, or being free. Tomorrow, we will get into lazy knowledge, which is no knowledge. From inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was for you to analyze your value triangle. How many of you did? Good. Here's a challenge to everyone. This is your value triangle only if you follow through. If you don't follow through with the value, you don't value that value. So let there be a difference between what you say is your value system and what you feel is your value system. I'd shared in our Thursday class, a value for me is commitment. I have reflected and I have committed. I will not uncommit. This has helped me a lot in simplifying my life. Your application for this morning, it really is a 10-day application. Analyze your lifestyle. And I want you to choose one rajasic facet of your lifestyle. And I want you to sacrifice this as your dedication to the Raja. Raja Rama's Jayanti is on Tuesday, April 16th, a week from today. You pick a rajasic facet of your life that you are going to change for your Raja. Clear, everyone? There's lots to choose from. This should be easy. Shanti, 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 Be joy.